Hey, this is Mateo Lane.
I'm Emma Willman.
And this is Inside the Closet.
Inside the Closet.
All right, so Patty's our guest again today.
We're back with another episode with special guest Patty.
Hey, dude.
Hi, Patty.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. I haven't seen either of you in probably literally a month, so like my brain
Wow.
is like.
And we have another guest too.
Oh, hey.
We do.
I'm Patty's assistant.
Oh, Patty has an assistant now?
Could you imagine?
The assistant has an assistant.
Showbiz, baby.
Patty would, though. Of all people, Patty would be the one to... Patty would turn Monet into his assistant.
Patty,
Absolutely,
as you guys
I'm
recall,
too
is
busy
Monet's
dick
assistant.
hunting.
Patty's Monet Exchange's assistant who is too busy dick hunting, so now he is an assistant.
Yeah. Exactly. That sounds great. Patty, how are you? This is the only way that I can now see my friends is through this podcast because I've been traveling so much. Patty's been traveling so much. It's like, I'm not even here
Well, I'm
anymore.
trying to date through the podcast. I sent Tyler, I sent him, I don't know if you got the email, but I sent a email with some like people that I'd love to have on, but I starred two of them. Two of them are people I matched with on Raya, but we never talked. No, but they're both like literal like YouTube like
I don't think you're supposed to say
sensations.
Right?
You're not,
Isn't that
but
the
can you
thing?
not? Yeah, like just all right.
No one tell Raya.
Yeah, no one's. I was on Nikki Glazer's show.
Also,
and we
can you
talked
get me
about
on
it.
that? We
Yeah,
talked
use
about
me
it,
as a
but-
reference.
Okay, yeah, okay.
But so I'm gonna then we'll invite those two motherfuckers to be on. And I'll be like, oh, nice to meet you. Like acting like, oh, just happened to be on the podcast.
Well, that's what I do on Instagram. So
Yeah, Instagram has
It's
become
going
the new way of
very
dating.
Well,
That's so. How many boys have we met?
well, I'm lining them up for each city.
Wow. What do they say? What's the initial message? Because that's where I have a problem.
I mean, it's usually something that's like, "Hey, you're so cute," or like
Heart emoji.
sparkly heart emoji,
Yeah,
sparkly
yeah.
heart emoji, or like kissy face emoji.
Because the
or
red
like,
heart's too
or,
serious.
Or
you just send that and that's it?
What?
Yeah.
You just send sparkly heart emoji and then that's it?
Oh no, that's what they usually like send me, and then I'm just like,
Oh.
you too.
But gay men also like there's an understanding, so it's like just a
There's
quick
an
you
emoji
just-
language.
Yeah,
it's like
exactly.
hieroglyphics.
Yeah.
You're like heart eye emoji, eggplant peach, and you're like, oh, we're fucking.
Yeah, where I feel like where straight people and maybe lesbians have
If
a
a
different
lesbian
language.
sent a heart emoji, they'd literally think it was a marriage proposal. Like,
The next one would be the house and a married
Yeah.
couple.
I'm so excited to meet my wife. She sent me a heart emoji, and we were married 7 hours later.
literally just send like a Subaru emoji thing. And they're like, yeah,
Is
that's what we're doing.
Subaru like a
People say lesbians drive Subarus, and you know what? When I was in high school, that's the kind of car my dad got me.
really?
Yeah,
He knew.
like a used Subaru.
Parents always know.
I have a bit about how much I love lesbians and how that they have done everything for gay people and that they need more appreciation. And one of my jokes is that I like that we have pride posters being like the steroid guy with the Speedo on the boat with the drag queen, but right next to it we also need a poster of two middle-aged lesbians paying their mortgage on time.
Yes.
Because I feel like that's what pride is.
Yes, that is seriously something to be proud of.
All right, so I want to thank everyone for coming out to my shows in DC at the Big Hunt. There was a lot of listeners who came.
That's awesome.
But I also want to throw out, like, I'm not even sure what to say. My opener Friday night, Dylan Meyer, who was really nice. We had a great conversation, and he died. He passed away.
When?
The next day. I woke up Saturday morning, and a lot of people were reaching out to me. Like,
Wait, so he opened for you Friday and Saturday?
he died Saturday.
Damn!
He opened for me Friday, and then I got a call from the booker who said called me in tears, and he said, "I'm sorry to say this, but your opener passed away."
That is fucking tragic.
And I didn't want to ask how. I mean, I think that's rude. When someone dies, you don't be like, "How?" You know what I mean?
Someone usually has to offer it. I mean, I would ask.
I found out later, but I mean, obviously, I'll keep that private. But
Did he seem okay on Friday?
Yeah, he's perfectly fine. Wonderful. Came in, he was wearing shorts, and he's like, "Oh, I have to go switch into pants." And I was like, "Just who gives a shit? Wear shorts." I was like, you're hot. It's hot out. Like, what is this? You know what I mean? And he's like, "No, it's the right thing to do."
He's
and
right about that, I think.
He was right,
Yeah.
but I was also trying to be like a good headliner, be
a
like,
nice
do whatever
boss,
you want.
yeah.
I don't care. But he was really funny and really great, and so I just want to say I'm sorry to hear that, and it was sad.
And then he died?
He died. Yes, he died.
And then they still had the shows Saturday.
Well, Sean asked me. He's like, the booker was like, "Do you want to still do the shows?" And I was like, "I'll do whatever you want. This is not up to me. Like, I'm not here." Obviously, I didn't know him, but I felt sad. But all the shows were sold out, and he was like, "I think there's because after the two shows, they do an open mic. What's kind of like a booked open mic." So I think all the comics there were going to have like a night of memoriam kind of thing.
Nice.
So that was really nice. But I just want to say I'm really sorry that happened.
That's so jarring to be that's such a jarring thing.
And funny, perfectly normal, just gone. Mm-hmm.
That's really scary.
Yeah, not to bring down the mood.
No, I mean,
who? I mean, well, now that we're talking about existentialism and the
fragility
of life.
Right, exactly.
Who opened for you the next night?
The next night, I had my friend Mia open for me, and there was a young girl, I forget her name, who opened for me. You're like meeting all these people and stuff, so like last minute, and they're not in the lineup, so you're just having a casual conversation, and then they're gone.
Right.
And then Sean hosted, and there was another guy from New York. But they were all really great shows, and I'm terrible with names, so
I know, me too.
I can't even, I'm the worst with names. I look at my mother, I'm like, you're... Mom.
Right.
Got it. All right. So
my mom goes through all of the names of the children and siblings and stuff like that, but I've been gone from the house for so long that now the dog is in front of me.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
What's
so
the
it's
dog?
like Jared, Hagen, Patrick, Roxy. And it's Roxy's the dog.
Roxy, as in from Chicago?
Is the dog. I don't even know if it's from Chicago.
Heart.
I have no idea
Gay
why,
dog.
but I literally hate this dog because it is my replacement.
Oh,
My mom's dog.
I moved and she got a dog. I waited 18 years. I tried to get them to get me a dog.
It seems though your mother wanted you to be a dog from the beginning, seeing as you played a dog on Annie. On Broadway.
Oh, so maybe the dog really reminds her of you. Is the dog on Instagram?
Maybe true. The dog is not on Instagram. Please do not.
Oh, just wait.
So
What's your
so
mother's
my
name?
mom might actually be listening because she was like, "I'm going to listen to your podcast." I was like,
Hi,
"Mom,
Mom.
please do not listen to this podcast."
Well, yeah, because I was going to ask this anyway, but how many guys are you talking to?
Oh,
I was going to ask this.
I mean,
I'm gonna say 7.
A couple, casually,
Are there any ones you're excited about more than the others?
It's hard to please Patrick.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I mean? None of them, I'm not super excited about any of them because, none of them are in New York and, none of them put a ring on it yet. So,
Right.
it's it's whatever.
Have you met any of them in person?
Yes, I've met one of them in person.
See, we get a lot of questions of people asking how to meet other gay people. So I guess if
Instagram. Can you echo that?
Instagram.
Gram.
But how do they find you?
I mean,
on Instagram.
Well,
Patty is easy to find because he's on so many popular gay Instagram accounts.
How could someone in the middle of Ohio find someone?
Why Ohio?
I mean,
That state is
same.
just
I mean, I feel like
terrible.
right.
Oh, Mateo has
if
a thing
anyone's
with
like, I'm
Ohio.
from
I call
Ohio,
faggot 3
turn
times in a
around
day.
and run.
I make them leave my show. I ask who's from
Get
Ohio
out.
and I say leave. Yeah, I say get out.
I don't know. I do a lot of the Discover stuff like that. Mutual friends of friends, cute boys that are tagged in other people's photos, whatever.
Are you
It's
looking at your Instagram, Emma, and your DMs?
Not at all. I'm looking. A girl posted something.
It's pretty much like hunting real people down in real life. You know what I mean?
But Instagram is a great way of meeting guys, friends or otherwise, because you get to see their page. There's no pretense to it. I'm here for dating. I enjoy it. It's just this is my life, quote unquote, through pictures, etc. And then you can kind of go through it and see if you have mutual friends and maybe hit them up, like their photos.
I message someone I'm not friends with, though, the message goes to the side inbox thing. It doesn't go.
Yeah, but that's sliding into the DMs.
Yes.
So direct messages. That's why everyone checks their DMs.
You got to start checking your DMs. You might have a plethora of DMs
Well, I
of
have a
women
lot
that are
of-
just waiting for you.
I have a lot
Emma.
of. I have a lot of I have these, so I get all these messages, and then the
Wait,
other.
wait. Go back.
That's the other. The other is the one we're talking
Wait,
about.
go back, though. Go back to the previous screen. Okay.
So these are all messages from people I know,
Right.
and then the other
It says other. Well, you have 13 messages. One of
Right.
those could be your the one.
No, it's people messaging me. I posted asking how to encourage my niece to make the right decision because she wants to, not because I want her to. So people are writing me about that.
Oh.
Nothing hot and sexy.
Well.
Quite the opposite, actually.
You should post a panty pic.
Of me?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Or just whatever you want. Just put on some Dom gear and post that.
No. No.
That'll definitely get your Instagram popping
Get you
and slopping.
in a raft, whitewater rafting with a
Yes!
sex robot in a harness and a whip.
Oh
and
my
you
God.
invite the right
I would
kind
never
of
wanna
woman.
Go
use a
to
whip.
Photoshop immediately.
You would never want to use a whip?
No, I wouldn't want to whip somebody.
Why?
I'd spank someone. I mean, I'm way into that. I'd spank someone, hit someone, I'd choke someone almost to death if they're into it.
You would go to choking over a whip?
Any day.
I think I...
Because a whip, I feel choking. I feel very comfortable with. I kind of know and can read the person if they want.
What is
that.
the
I don't even
choking
care about
thing
that stuff
that everyone's
I don't
so
know.
into?
A lot of girls seem to like that.
And gays.
But the whipping, I feel like I would really hurt
Whipping is
somebody.
actually you have to learn how to whip.
Yeah.
You can actually hurt somebody.
Yeah, you can harm someone.
Do you do it?
I mean, you have to learn how to choke, too.
My old roommate of mine actually was a dominatrix, so she told me everything about it.
And
And it's intense.
Did she teach you how to whip?
No, she did not.
Do you know how to whip?
I wish I knew how to whip.
Do you know how to nay-nay?
What's a what? A nay-nay?
Watch me whip. Watch me nay-nay. Whatever, okay.
I got you.
I'm like, that's not Maria Callas? Sorry, okay.
If you can whip someone, you can charge the big bucks for that.
Literally, I
But
should
it's
be
a
like...
practice. You actually have to learn.
And the main goal when you start to whip someone is make sure that your hips replaced. That's Liza Minnelli.
Could you imagine if we were whipping somebody?
I think
It'd be
that would take a lot.
disaster.
The problem is,
I have no
it's
desire.
hard for me to suspend myself from reality. Like I can't. I would love, in theory, to role play, but I would just immediately be like, "This is." And also, my boyfriend's Spanish, so no matter what we role play, he's the Spanish coach, he's the Spanish doctor, he's the Spanish. Like, there's no. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, he's from Spain again,
Right.
Like all these fantasy, like the police officers from Spain.
Yeah, but like,
you know what I
aren't
mean?
Spanish police officers like way hotter than U.S. police officers?
Yes, of
who
course.
are, like,
but you know what I mean? It's like, hola. He thinks that a personal trainer is called my gym teacher. So if he's going to be like in a singlet, be like, I am your gym teacher. I'll be like, oh,
like,
we
that's
gotta.
that's not even what they're called.
And we gotta go to lunch.
But
you know what I mean? This is a lot.
He's so hot that I feel like if I was with someone that was the equivalent
No,
of
he's
how hot
very-
he is,
but-
I'd be like, yeah, you're my fucking
but I
knitting
just
instructor.
can't, with anybody, I can't, like, the belief. Like, I don't know. I wish I could suspend my belief.
Suspension of disbelief.
What I do-
But isn't it
right?
hard? I would start laughing.
With role playing, what I do is I like it not when the person actually wants to act out the two different things. I like it when we just like talk out the different scenarios.
I don't
then-
like talking like that.
And then we end
Really,
up like
Patty?
hooking up.
No.
and
You don't
then-
like it at all?
No.
Patty seems very controlling in sex.
I like the more
I won't say
verbal,
that
the
I'm
better.
controlling. I would say that I am like confident. There's a difference between being like
I'm watching you dig your way out of
Are
this.
you a bossy bottom?
I don't think I'm a bossy bottom.
I love a
No.
bossy bottom.
No,
I'm
I don't
never
think you're
like
bossy bottom.
I'm like never like, yeah, do it this way. I just kind of like,
You know what you
know
want.
what I like,
Yeah.
and
An
I'm totally
encouraging
like,
bottom?
what is that?
An encouraging
Yeah,
bottom?
I would say
Yeah.
I'm actually more encouraging than
Nice.
anything because
Like
I
Like
feel
a
like
more, the
sometimes
more you know type of bottom?
Yeah.
Well, it's like I feel like sometimes like
That's a good
gentlemen will get into a groove of doing like what they know and what they're accustomed to, which is fine because everybody has their
They just
preferences.
start, like, pounding
But
away.
occasionally you have to be a little bit like, you can do it this way.
Yeah.
You
Right.
got this.
Yeah.
You got this. You can
Yeah.
do that.
Oh, I
a
love
little
that.
like mom telling their kindergartner how to run a race.
I think it's so hot when
I don't
people
know.
are like that because
Thought
then
it
you
was
have
funny.
then you're like cued into like especially when you're first with someone. I think that's like so hot.
Yeah, it's like, let me show you
Yeah.
something that you didn't know that you probably liked that you
Exactly.
didn't know you liked. You know what I mean?
I'm so into that.
Also, I feel like if you're bottoming, like the top, it's like, I think they're fine with whatever. You know what I mean? If you're like, slow down, they'll slow
They
down.
better be. Can we
They
refer
better
to
be.
Taylor's?
our friend-
Wait, so our
okay.
friend
I
literally
figured it.
summed up bottoming in probably the most epic statement that I've ever read.
Taylor O'Rear, everyone.
Are they a bottom?
Taylor O'Rear.
So
yes,
follow
he is
him
a
on
bottom.
Instagram. I mean, right now, yeah.
He's a relationship bottom.
Yes.
and he's probably going to be in the relationship for a very long time.
And Taylor, just, he's from Texas and he's real motherly.
Wait, he's a
and-
relationship bottom. What's that mean?
That means that, like, he like takes the dick in the relationship, but like when he's not in a relationship,
He'll
he's like,
do both.
Because he's like really tall and whatever,
So
and
he's
very
a
like
switch.
stereotypical like top. I'm using air quotes right now.
Well, from
So he's a
appearance, I
switch.
wouldn't say his mannerisms are.
I said I'm using air
Right,
quotes
oh.
right now.
So
Well, they
normally-
couldn't see it.
Well, that's why I verbalized. I'm presently using air quotes. When I say top, it is written in italics.
So, but normally in relationships, he's more of a switch, and this just one guy makes him feel more comfortable bottoming.
Yeah, I think
Interesting.
this
That-
guy
So what-
just
this-
like
When I was with the Canadian, she was like more toppy, and I was like comfortable with
This
it.
is what he
Right.
said.
I think
Ready?
it depends on like the relationship between two people. Go.
He said, bottoming is such hard work. It's honestly equivalent of grocery shopping, cooking the meal, and then doing all the dishes afterwards while everyone else is watching football in the living room and shouting obscenities at the screen.
Literally, that's it.
I'm
No.
calling Taylor right now.
I think that's if your top's not doing making you. You shouldn't feel like you're doing all the
No,
work.
no.
You should
I
be
think
like, I'm in good hands.
No,
It's
I
a
think
lot of work though. They do.
They do. Like
I
that's
sweat.
that's literally.
I sweat like
okay. On
That's
the
what my
rare
boyfriend says,
occasions
but I'm
that
like,
I
is
top,
it a lot
I
of work?
will say that my like thighs hurt a lot afterwards.
Yeah, I mean it's like, and also
And
like
do you
the
only
rhythm
top?
in your.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Attaboy. That's
Yeah.
great.
I'm a terrible top. Oh, really, Taylor?
The one time.
I'm an embarrassing top. I mean, it's like, can you imagine me come on, this is embarrassing to even discuss. You know what I mean? Like you like that?
I think what's more embarrassing is me tapping, because
it's
happened, and for whatever reason, historically, it has always been men that are like no less than 6'4". And it is just yes. I don't know what it is.
Patty is like 3'9". What are you?
Yes, close. 3'10".
But topping's a lot of work because. Like eating
ass.
It? Yes, it is.
Yes.
If you do it right, like you have to eat ass for a while.
Well, but you know what? I'm a bottom who eats ass, so I don't take that shit.
Okay, I'm not saying...
No, topping, yeah.
I just don't believe in that.
No, bottoming is more work because you have to relax. But
no, topping is more work because first of all,
wait, no, worst.
No, there's Wait, he's right.
No, wait, I want to hear what he says. Wait, let's Mike explain. All three of us are ready to jump.
Let's debate.
I'm saying
there's no way.
Top,
yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm waiting.
Yeah. You have to. If you do it right,
I can't even believe you guys think.
You have to stimulate the bottom to help them relax, and then you have to go slowly and then pound them out, and then go slowly and like do this like whole motion with your hips, and then you're kind of like putting them in this whole adventure.
Okay, let me explain. Right,
exactly. I can't believe you guys even could think the bottom did more of the work.
Emma, let me. Okay, Patty, I got this.
I'm so mad. I'm really close. I'm like getting really close to a hurts moment.
Bottoms, they just have to douche and
just
they have to relax.
Oh, excuse me.
And they have to relax. But not. That's what makes me so angry. Is when Bob is like, just relax. Just relax. Like, you fucking relax.
I have to go. We have to go. I have to go. Listen, the whole time, this is, okay, you have to, douching isn't just like, I'm douching. Yeah. It's like, I have to watch what I eat. Holy shit, it's not coming out clean. I have to get the douche.
I have to take special supplements specifically so the douching goes well.
Yes, and then on top of it, if you have to make sure like there's no like extra water. Listen,
okay, but if shit happens, it happens. You're adults.
Okay, so
I agree.
If somebody complains about that, then they're immature. They shouldn't be having sex.
I completely agree. Whenever I do like butt stuff with girls, like I remember.
I agree with that.
There's this girl. There's this girl that have you ever seen the rabbit sex toy? I don't know if I don't think it'd be a reason gay guys would use it. It's called the rabbit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like,
who doesn't know what the?
But I was with this one girl that liked to get fucked in the ass with the rabbit, and it like vibrates. And so I remember every time after I would do it, there would be like some shit on the end of it, and I wouldn't want her to see that.
Yeah,
so I would always like take
bad.
It out, and then I would kind of like wipe it off because I would only be taking it out after she came. So she would have come, then I would like kind of take it out and like slide around and do this, and then I like toss it in.
So she doesn't see.
So she wouldn't see.
You're amazing.
Yes,
I don't give a fuck either.
Yeah, I'm getting to fuck you in the ass. Please shit away. I can give a fuck.
Afterwards process, and it's a whole thing.
No, I mean I want them to shit so then they know that I'm cool with it.
I did my shit and I did it right.
And get it out of the way.
I'm the shit because I don't care about your shit.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm here for all of that. Like, I am actually.
I don't think we got to the bottom, no pun intended, of which is harder to do. Also, no pun intended with the top.
Hey!
I'm full of puns. I'm bad at puns too.
So I agree with what you're saying. That's true. But like, also being a bottom, like, you want to like be the bottom that like really lays it down and like has the magic pussy. You know what I mean?
But sometimes I'm a lazy bottom.
You don't have to do anything with that.
You don't have to be perfect.
That's literally just like it's like providing the forum to fuck.
But also, let me just say this: the difference is if you want a bottom, you want a top. Sometimes it is always just easier to say, "Let's have sex" if you're a top. But if you're a bottom, sometimes it's not.
It's a lot. It literally ruined one of my relationships.
I never
because we like
that.
had opposite schedules and just like we couldn't keep it down. And like every time he'd want to fuck, I was just like, you know what, I just can't right now. And he was someone that was like just not okay with what it is. Right. So it like turns into this like thing, and I was like, you know what? You don't deserve the pussy for a while.
Wait, he was a top? He was a top?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you just didn't feel comfortable bottoming?
Well, like with him specifically, because there wasn't generally enough time to like adequately be prepared. And like when you're in a relationship, like that's fantastic and that's awesome. You know what I mean? Like I think a top should have respect for like what the mechanics are and like what's involved in it. Like shouldn't be a big deal. But like for some people it is. There's a lot of like bottom shaming in terms of like, we feel this pressure to be like perfect all the time because if you're not.
Well, that's a shitty top though. Like
I agree.
Bottom shaming.
You should. No one should bottom shame.
A shitty bottom.
Hey,
this is fun.
I'll be here all night. Who knew Mateo had this?
But
skill?
I think
never knew, and I hang out with gays all the time.
But back to what's harder. The thing is like yes, a top puts in a lot of work.
Typically,
but there's a lot of care and.
I'm sorry, you said it, and I'm just gonna hit every pun.
So there's a lot of like thought that goes into like, you know, the mechanics of it. Then there's the actually doing it, which isn't always super easy also, if someone's a shitty top.
If you have a penis and it's like hard, the top is to keep their penis hard the whole time.
I don't have a problem.
I'm sorry. Easy. I really find like I just have little sympathy for someone's like, I just can't.
I don't know how that necessarily works. But I know also it's such an upper body workout. You got to go with like there's so much like rhythm involved.
Well, not even just staying hard. It's more blue balls for me because I'm fine being hard. It's just like
I hope you get so much ass after this.
Oh, I hope so.
I'm over here. I'm just wet. We came in a friend, and now I'm like, we're dating.
Wait, so tell us about the blue balls.
I'm saying like if the bottom can't like receive or it keeps stopping or something like that, then it becomes.
Oh yeah,
like,
that's
do you like to come before, after, or at the same time?
The girl comes
and then
first.
If they like talk to us about that.
I want them to come first or same time.
Exactly.
But they have to come first because I feel like shit.
Yeah, that's a good. Now, that's the topping way. The topping
so you're
way
like
has
a
the girl
unicorn,
come first.
basically.
He's right.
Yes.
The top can't come first. They're not
in a
coming.
relationship sometimes.
Whatever. You know, because there are times where I'm like,
in a
I'm
relationship,
really gonna fucking do this.
No, in a relationship, of course. Like a relationship, all bets are off with the coming. But when you're trying to like win someone over in the beginning.
Work.
I think if you come, if they're like, come inside me or whatever, and then you're coming, that means they like chose for you to come.
Yes.
And if they didn't come, then it's kind of like, oh.
Right.
How long does sex
but on that
typically
topic, though, after it's done, now we're carrying a load.
That's true.
That's the other thing too. Is it's like then you got to watch.
Yeah, but you
so
already
even
do,
after our work is not done,
your hole's already like.
No, it doesn't work like that, and it's not as pleasant as you make it.
And sometimes you surprise yourself because like 2 hours later you'll think you have to fart, and you're like,
it's still there,
and you're just like running to the bathroom.
I never thought of that.
I never thought of that.
Yeah, see, most people don't.
The world of bottoms.
So they'll come in you, and the cum will just still be there.
Yeah, where the fuck do you think it goes? I'm not going to get pregnant.
It doesn't like
literally.
disappear.
I thought it would like absorb.
Where? There's not a ShamWow in my asshole. It's not going to be absorbed.
My mother is absolutely not listening.
Oh, this is the episode for your mother to listen to. Because
I actually had an ex where I came inside him, and then on the subway it was like leaking down his leg.
Oh
yeah,
I think that's hot.
That shit is real.
Yeah,
it happens.
That's great. So have you ever been with a guy that tries to top you?
I mean, I have bottomed before.
Yeah, good for you. I was with someone who was more toppy.
If I'm in a relationship, I will try, and I'll try to pretend to like it as much as I can. I just really don't. And I've done it more than like twice. Like I've done it a lot. And
I was going to say twice is the joke. So sorry. Yeah. Wait, so you don't like it at all?
No, I even try to like it because like being in a relationship, you should experiment and switch it up. I just really don't. I just like the being submissive in any way for me. I just like don't. It doesn't turn me on.
It's like against the grain.
But what if you like flip to the script?
Patty's not submissive in any single way possible.
What?
Look at you.
I mean, I wouldn't really necessarily.
Over there.
I wouldn't necessarily consider myself like completely submissive. Like sometimes it's nice to make them think that I'm being submissive. You know, it's a manipulative
that's hot
thing.
too.
You're just like, you got this, Daddy. Look at you. You're so strong.
That's good.
You could be a dominant bottom.
But Patty's grabbing and taking what she wants.
But have you ever thought about flipping the script and like bottoming with I like to call it bottoming with confidence. Or like, bottoming dominantly. You know what I mean? But if you don't enjoy it that much, then I guess
it's
there's
like
really
having
no,
like the hand on my hips and like just like them like holding. I'm like I want to like break out and just be
totally.
Like, no, it's my like.
I feel like with this person that I was with for a while. We call her the Canadian because she's from Venezuela. No, I'm just kidding. We call her the Canadian. She's from Canada. but that was confusing. But I remember in the beginning, like when she was like very like naturally kind of toppy, and in the beginning, there's been with people where if they have tried to be toppy, I would like flip them over, just like this is not happening. And then with her, there was like a couple times where she was like touching me, and then I was like trying to relax to be like, okay. And then if I was like getting close to coming, I would literally like go to get on top, and she's like, it's like you're on autopilot with like you have to like that's like how I'm like I
that's
know,
how
but like
get off.
And then it was like such a mental thing for me to come, like not from me being any position of like
because Emma likes to say that she's the man.
Yeah, I still am the man even when I wasn't coming like that. Like that's not negotiable.
But here's my question for you though, is because this was also kind of
she was a very girl one about the way she was touching me like that too, but like it was still like I was just like kind of like I felt like I had to be like, I gotta get on top.
Right. Yeah. My question is because that's also very similar to this like previous relationship is is there like a possibility to like be submissive, not in a way that's like being dominated, but that's like open to receiving pleasure? Because like for me with my ex-boyfriend, he had such a hard, well, I'll like tell the story and then we'll go back because then maybe it'll make more sense. But like, you know, with this like person that I was dating, it was like he had a hard time like being submissive, and it wasn't necessarily that I wanted to dominate him, but like as someone who like wanted to like give him pleasure, like as a partner, he had a hard time just like stepping back and like receiving that. You know what I mean?
Totally.
So is there a possibility to like be submissive in a way that's just accepting pleasure?
I think that like eventually I could like open my mind to it again of trying new things. Because I feel like it is also like society of like how we are brought up as well. It's like we all have this like thought of like, you know, having to be dominant or somebody having to be submissive.
it's the poison of masculinity, and it like it's seeped in society, and so we feel like there's somehow a weakness to you by bottoming because it somehow quote unquote feminizes you, which I don't really think it actually does. I think bottoming is a natural thing that men do, and I think it's just as masculine as topping. It's just about where you're allowing your energy to sort of swing back and forth with your partner.
It's very inherently like sexist based, and then that's that toxic masculinity that's hurting men to then that's probably where the bottom shaming comes in from. They're not necessarily shaming the bottom, they're shaming that it's not a quote unquote manly act, which isn't even true.
Yeah.
It's just like that's how it's like playing out. But if you naturally like topping, then it's like that feeds
and that's also fair to say. Like if you just naturally like topping, then great. You know what I mean? Like I don't think it has to be a masculinity thing. I don't think you have to be shamed for topping either. But
then it does feel like if your partner might see you differently if then they topped you.
Yeah. I recently was in a relationship and I bottomed for that guy, and then he started to see me as not as that dominant guy.
Right, then you just gotta fuck. When the first time this girl said that she wanted to use a strap on me, I was like, if you use a strap on me one time, I have to fuck you 700 times.
Yeah, that's a lot. You know, my friends are so extreme. Like
literally, we only operate in extremes.
You know what I mean?
And I'm extreme. I'm a crazy person, but
see, I'm not like that. Like sometimes my brain just switches, and I'm like, rah, like I want to top, and that's like really, and I'm like, okay, it's out of my system. Like,
I really like the way that I love the sexual experience of being with the person too. So she turned me into the girl one in some ways, motherfucker.
She did.
Oops. Wait, have I said anything that I'm really trying to be more conscious about what I'm saying.
No, I think you've only been real quick, Alex.
I'm talking about how I feel.
And you're also not saying anything they haven't heard before.
Okay, true.
So you're not. You're just reiterating.
Yeah, I'm
a past
really
sexual,
trying because
some
things need to be sacred. You know what I mean? So I want to.
We can keep this. We can.
Yeah, we can keep it.
It's fine. Yeah,
keep it sacred.
I feel like I like spilled it all.
Oh,
no,
I mean, it's like whatever. I'm not using names.
I had a problem because then my crush was listening to the podcast.
See, that's what I get worried about. You're like, how many guys? I'm like, it's gonna blow up my spot. Like, if all these dudes know that I'm talking, you know what I mean? Because it's like, it's one of those things that like, you guys know that you're talking to other guys, but when you're straight up like I'm talking to 7 dudes, like I wouldn't want to hear
the number
that
7.
If I was
There's no.
I mean, it's definitely one.
Here's what, Patty. Here's what you let them know. Just let them know we record. Say we recorded it this months ago, which we did.
Yeah, a lot.
Did
you know, there's also because I
did.
told you. Is this
is still in the show.
Okay,
but
Save it.
Even
I'll save it.
Yeah, when you guys are saying that, even me saying this because I consider myself bi or like pansexual, so even me talking about like getting fucked by a guy sometimes turns girls off, and then they don't even like see me as. It's really fucking insane. Like I work.
Well, we've yelled at a lot of women who. Oh no, that was on another podcast.
It's
I yelled
so
at a girl.
interesting. It's fascinating.
I worked at the Edge Bar. Do you know what the Edge Bar?
No.
It's like right around the corner.
There was a girl that emailed. I was on Jared Freed's podcast, and she was like, "My boyfriend. I saw on his She went hunting in his Amazon purchases for years back. She went hunting through and finally found that he bought a dildo, and that set her off and said he's into this weird, dark, sexual this and that, blah blah." And I was like screaming at this woman. I was like,
bitch.
"Oh, I know."
He could have bought it for his fucking whatever.
Or so what if he bought it for himself?
Yeah,
plenty of
cares?
straight men love ass play. It's a thing.
Yeah.
I also am. I have sex with women. I don't.
Mateo,
I could never
yeah.
please a woman. I would be. They would be. I would ask them if they love a mushy dick. I would disappoint any woman ever.
One of my favorite things is when Patty was talking about how he interacted with the vagina, which was hilarious because we were talking, and then he goes.
It was like Nathan Lane in the Birdcage.
I interacted with one. I was like, really? And he was like, yes, I did. And I was like, really? And then he was like, yes. And then what was the story?
Oh, so it was like I was like making out with this girl. I'm gonna save the hands that story round. I'm literally sitting on my hands. I was like making out with this girl, and it was like going pretty well. And I like got a boner, and then I just like my hand started. I got really overly confident, and I like got down there, and I put my hand on it, and it was just not the texture I was expecting, and I quickly recoiled.
You put your hand on her pussy.
I was like, whew, okay, all right. I'm like, I don't think I can do this.
You shook off your hand.
Literally, I was like, okay, calling it. We gotta go.
I don't know why
someone's gonna find out.
It just is so. It just made me like tense something about you like making out hard with this girl.
I mean, like there are a handful of. We talked about this last. Like I think this is the first time I was on the.
That wasn't even the story I was thinking of. The story I was thinking of was when you just saw the stripper. But I love that story.
What stripper?
There was a stripper you saw in Montreal, and she popped something out of her vagina.
Oh no, this was in Hawaii, and she was shooting ping pong balls out of her vagina, also smoking a cigarette out of her vagina.
Now I prefer the cigarette out of the vagina because that means that she's just filling her uterus up with smoke. Which is hysterical to me because it's like nothing's getting pleasure out of that. Like no, her vagina's not getting pleasure, she's not getting pleasure, but she can do it.
What happened when you recoiled?
What?
Like when you recoiled, what did the girl do?
He called his mother and said,
I mean,
gay.
I'm sure. I don't know. I wasn't in her head. She was like, yeah, okay. Like we probably should. I was also like, it was when I was like young. I was like a teenager and early teen.
So you could. That's what I recoiled the first time I saw a penis. I was making out with this guy, and then he kind of put my hand down. Then he took his penis out, and I went, whoa. I recoiled, and then I was like, I can't.
Good or like bad will?
No, I was like, whoa, I can't do this right now. I'm too young. But I had age to blame it on.
I never experienced the recoil of any gender. It's always
probably you're more in the middle.
But when I was growing up, everyone was always like, "Oh, well, God, you're just gay. You just don't know yet." Or
people said that to you
all the fucking time.
Where did you grow up?
Edison, New Jersey. And just people are just like, if you're bisexual, you're just confused. You don't know that you're gay or you're selfish. That was what people would say. My ex-girlfriend would say that, and I never told her. And just growing up, I would always be so confused as to what gender I liked because people would be like, "Oh, you're just gay," so I'd be like, "Okay, I'm gay." And then
why would people say that to you?
People call me a faggot for standing at the street corner in Ohio.
Yeah, I'm like, teenagers love to fucking tell you who you are.
Yeah, it's so weird. And then teenagers are the worst.
But I feel like he could pass a little more than
What are you trying to say, Emma?
But that is also the problem, is that masculinity
is he could pass a little more.
You son of a bitch.
What are you trying to say?
I could play Gaston, all right?
I think you could pass if you wanted to, but just naturally.
Me?
I mean, I don't know.
Are you out of your fucking mind?
No, I don't think you could necessarily.
Never.
But I'm saying he could. That's what I was trying to say.
Well, it's a thing, but yeah.
So, but then people were saying to you, you're gay.
Yeah, so I would be like, okay, I'm gay, and then I would be attracted to a girl, and I'd be like, okay, so I'm straight, and then I just go back and forth for so long that I'm just I don't give a fuck. I'm just gonna whatever. I feel like I can be attracted to a transgender person.
Totally, I think of that with myself a little bit, but they'd have to be a male to female and be very feminine.
Mine could be both.
Or maybe honestly. If they had a penis and they tucked it away, and I would just fuck them.
I just want to say,
I don't think so.
At Studio 54,
I just wouldn't want the penis to be active.
I really interacted with a lot. At one point, I think I was just having sex with anything that had a point or an edge to it.
You got to meet this guy.
It's so nice to meet you. I hope you love divas in their early hundreds.
I do.
Who are 6 toes in the grave.
We should do a show where we try to set people up, and we should try to set you up.
Yeah, you tell us who you like and what you're into, and then we'll bring them. Now it's turning into the Howard Stern show.
We'll present them.
We'll present them.
How do you meet people usually?
Tonight I will be Miss Saigon.
I bartend as well.
Oh, bartending, gay bar or straight bar?
Gay bar. I used to bartend in gay bar. I mean straight bar, and now I bartend in gay bar.
And guys probably hit on you a lot.
Oh, more tips, gay bar.
Yeah, of course.
Sure.
I have a straight friend that worked at a gay guys bar. In Hollywood, he did it. He said he did it for a while. He was like, I made so much more money.
I feel like a lot of straight guys do. A lot of straight guys are go-go dancers and stuff like that too, which is pretty rad. It's it's whatever.
Yeah, good for them. Good for them. Probably also they maybe because they're not going to get the same reaction from women. Like I feel like women are. Well, actually, women kind of go nuts at.
I just went to Chippendales. I've now been to Magic Mike, Chippendales, and I just hit my funny bone.
I've never heard of that.
It really hurt. Chippendales and Thunder Down Under, and Magic Mike actually had a budget. Thunder Down Under and Chippendales were the equivalent of like Laser Zone and like just shitty dads on a chair. I mean, it was
really.
It's so
love
embarrassing.
A dad though.
It was embarrassing.
Like they didn't have any like.
And the women, by the way, are losing it. Like they show nothing. I mean, they show like a butt and then screaming like the Beatles in those old videos. And I'm like, the gays are sitting there like filing their nails, like next. You know what I mean? Like it's nothing. It is nothing.
It's so funny too because I feel like that's like one of the few places like straight women have like the agent. Unfortunately, straight women have the agency to be like yelling at men and like they're the one that's like controlling the situation.
But everything about it, so like it had like a straight like gay stripping versus like. I mean, gay strippers. Are there even gay strip clubs? All go-go boys are just kind of.
In Portland.
Sunday at a gay strip.
What's the name of
it?
It's Pieces Bar, but every Sunday they have.
Wait.
Every Sunday they have Spunk.
I might know a guy.
Really? Are you stripping?
No, I don't strip. I just bartend. But
I mean, but there aren't. But I think what Mateo means is like there aren't any like male review.
We don't need a show. You know what I mean?
Right.
We don't need. We just get naked.
But those exist, and like in Portland, I know that they have one.
I've been to a gay strip club in Portland. They show everything.
Yeah,
everything. There used to be a place like in Midtown Manhattan that used to
Applebee's.
have, like yes.
Every
I worked
place,
there.
After 9 p.m.
in
it gets really...
Manhattan, Grand Central
and you get a
Station.
free cheesecake with purchase.
I would be a free cheesecake with a stripper.
Girl.
Because I used to work with strippers in Chicago. One of them had a tattoo on his chest that said, never give up. And I was like, it's too late.
You gave up. Here we are.
You know what I mean? Like, you're 45, you have a wife, here we are.
Well, a lot of them don't have their green cards, so like that's the only thing they can do. And it's really sad. But
well, they could do other things, but they're like the only thing it can do. But they also happen to have a huge muscular body.
Yeah, I mean, and utilize it because there is no shame in sex work.
Absolutely,
no. I don't think so at all.
Listen,
you know,
no
if
shame
I
in
had
sex
a body
work.
like that, like that's what I would be doing. But
I'm just saying, like when you say it's the only thing they can do, but they're also like ripped. It's like, well, yeah, but you also are. This is great.
It's so hard though.
You know
Like being a personal trainer, a lot of times you have to have like.
To echo Patty, no shame in sex work.
No shame in sex work. Yeah. I wish it was more open so like I could. Well, I don't know if I'd want to. I wouldn't do sex work, but like if I wish it was more open so I could, consider getting one.
What?
Dating one or being one?
No, not being one. Like, but thank you. But like, like if I could because then it's like they'll work around your schedule. So I could be like, let's have dinner tonight.
Yeah.
Well,
wait, you just what? I'm confused. Well, no,
like
so
but like I wish it was easier to like actually find it. Like I want to flip through like a catalog. I want drug free. I want to believe that they're like in law school or some shit and flirt.
It exists. There are websites you can find them.
No, I mean I want to just like take some. Then
you
go
need a
out
massage.
And then, and then maybe like if we hit it off, I'll pay her for the whole night. But then
Oh, so you'd be the sugar daddy?
I'd want to hire someone every now and then. Maybe.
Like the same person. Or something.
If we hit it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? Like that's it's interesting that you say that because honestly, I feel like a lot of people like associate like sex work with like just like fucking, and a lot of the times it's people that just want like
they want a connection
and like
I dated
like an
a sex
emotional
worker.
connection or the idea or fantasy of an emotional connection.
It was so funny when I dated a sex worker. One of the first, I think I've dated two, but both times they said, "Oh, I'm high end sex worker," and I was like, "Yeah, I'm not judging you in the price point here. Like, why say high end?" But now when I retell it, I'm like, "She was a high end sex worker." But those high end they made a lot of money, and she said a lot of times guys would just want to like talk.
Yeah.
And then I said, "Well, it's the weirdest thing someone was into," and whoo, wish I hadn't asked that question. God damn it. I can't even say.
You're scarred for life.
I'm like pretty damn like if so, even this was a lot, but it is what it is. Yep. But I do. Yeah, I wish that sex work could be legal. Who are you looking for a relationship now?
No.
No.
I'm like loving myself more and more every day.
Literally every day. He did this morning.
I did.
What does that mean?
Is that a code for
I was like, it was a masturbating joke that didn't land very well.
Oh.
Yeah.
Both of them are like, go on.
Yeah.
We need to love ourselves too. What did he do?
I love self-help.
I feel like people just spend so much energy on trying to find somebody. And
I agree.
They don't really like find themselves. And
Totally.
to, like,
Thank you, Hallmark.
It's true.
But it's so
No,
true.
it is true. I
I've been
know
reading all
it's
these like
true.
self-help books, like Brené Brown.
Written by who?
I love
Brené
self-help
Brown.
books. Ted Ferriss, Tim Ferriss. I mean?
No, but The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. That one's.
Oh, nice.
I want to
Manson.
read that.
That's beautiful. That book.
Although I think
Did my Aunt Cindy
I have
write it?
very little fucks to give presently, so like
Yeah.
I really don't know what it's going to teach me.
Yeah, you'd have to get one about how to give a fuck.
Right.
Yeah.
I need to get fucks in order to give them out.
Yes.
The Gifts of Imperfections is beautiful by Brené Brown. Yeah,
I love self-help stuff.
Yeah,
I'm into it.
It really has changed me.
I'm into it. Well, we should wrap it up so that
We have to wrap it up already?
We're going to do our exclusive content for the Patreon.
How long has this been going on for?
About 50 minutes.
40 minutes? Oh, we can do 5 more minutes then. We're going to answer questions? Do we want to answer questions?
Yeah.
Oh, you emailed me? Okay, great. All right. You know what? We're going to make a change here. I'm going to read the questions.
Excellent.
Okay. Someone named Blank. My friends and I are visiting Chicago in June. We obviously already have tickets to the Cher show. But what other gay This is in... Cher is going to be in Chicago? What? Do they mean Vegas? What other attraction, restaurants, bars would you recommend? This trip is Thursday to Monday. There are 3 of us.
Slow down.
He just said he's going to visit Chicago in June. They have tickets to the Cher show. But Cher's in Vegas. So
Are they doing like a Cher impersonation review or something like that? Oh. I think that Cher has a Broadway musical, that's coming to Broadway, and it might be doing pre-Broadway in Chicago.
Oh.
They're making a musical based on the music of Cher. Faggots, you're welcome.
Sonny left me, that son of a bitch. Because I saw her in Vegas live, and she did like 20 minutes of stand-up.
That's so interesting.
While appropriating every culture. Okay, things to visit in Chicago. Go to Lou Malnati's Pizza. It's the best deep dish.
It's called Luminati's?
Lou Malnati's. Lou
What?
Malnati's.
Lou Malnati's, of course.
Not if you go to Gino's East, I'll never speak to you again, even though I never talked to you. And then you should avoid Navy Pier, and you should go to Boys Town. Go to Boys Town.
What happens on Navy Pier?
Just tourists and bullshit, and like
You should also go to
Ferris wheel.
Steamworks.
Yeah, Steamworks looks like Laser Zone with old men in jock straps. Trying to think of what else there is to see. Like, if you want to go dancing, go to Roscoe's. If you want to, actually, no, Progress is really fun, too. If you want to, just stand around and look and, have a chiller vibe, go to Sidetrack. There's a billion rooms. It's fun. Everyone always ends up at Sidetrack. And there's a great gay bar called Taco Burrito Palace that serves the best Mexican food 24/7. So go there.
Taco Burrito Palace.
Yeah, and if you're vegan, there's a vegan restaurant called The Diner in Boys Town as well.
Fun.
If you're not interested in anything gay, you can go... Oh, if you want a great view of the city, go up to the Signature Lounge in the John Hancock. You don't have to pay any money. You just go, quote-unquote, get a drink, go up to the top, stare at the whole city, and go down. So that would be my suggestion for Chicago trips.
And I have nothing to add to that.
Bean.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
literally
I guess
know.
the Bean.
I
I'm from
literally
Chicago,
know
so that's why.
Roscoe's, and that's it.
How was Chicago? You were staying in Chicago. I love that we just missed each other.
Always. I really liked it a lot. I had a good time because I had a little bit of time to spend there, so it was fun. And it was IML, so the dudes were in
What's
town.
that?
International Male Leather.
International
Male
Male
Leather or Mr. Leather?
Maybe Mr. Leather.
I'm obviously not in that scene. Not that I am
No,
against
it's great.
that scene.
But they take over. International Mr. or Male Leather takes over a hotel, and they always have to warn families that there's going to be a lot of guys in leather and heads wrapped up and submissive stuff and
and puppies and they have a pageant for
Puppies?
Intermaster. Yeah.
Is that a name for a type of gay? Or literally dogs?
No, it's pup play is someone who's submissive and likes to be treated like a pet.
Oh, got it.
But they have a pageant too, and they crown International Mr. Leather.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so there's families from France there in Chicago, and they open the doors, and that's what they see.
And they're like, "Oh, what is this puppy party?"
Yeah, de puppy party.
They get so excited, thinking it's just a bunch of little puppies,
bunch of little puppies,
which is kind of what I thought.
Definitely
and then
dudes
they're
with dog mask on, just getting pounded the house down.
And God bless those little puppy dogs.
All right, I have a question from a biblical name. Hey, Emma and Matteo. So, and now Mike and Patty. Are you Italian?
I'm Portuguese.
Oh, do you speak Portuguese?
No.
Okay. Hey, I'm Mateo, Mike, and Patty. So my name is and at my school, I'm like a class clown. I'm a heterosexual and homo-romantic curious. Basically, I know I like girls, but I don't. This is great, you're here. But I don't know if I like guys, and if I do, I only like the guy as a person and not sexually. Well, that sounds like you're just straight. So yeah, my school and I make a lot of jokes.
Through it.
Yeah. So at my school and I make a lot of jokes about me being gay and stuff. In parentheses, I don't know if this is okay, but it gets laughs, so I keep making the jokes. Okay. Am I confused or on whether I should stop making the jokes because I might actually like guys, or does it actually not really matter, or should I say fuck off and come out? I mean, now I'm confused. Okay, thanks, guys. I've been a long-term listener of the pod, and I love you both. Well, we love you, too.
Yeah, thank you so much. I think that probably you're trying to figure it out, and whatever. If you need humor to cope with that, then go for it. But be sensitive about it.
I've kind of been here, but it's just like, just be who you are. Actually listen to like what you're feeling and experiment and experience what you are feeling with a certain guy or girl, whatever. Just go for it, and like, because none of this is even going to matter in like 5 years. So just do your thing and just be happy.
That's really fantastic advice. It's like sometimes really hard to get out of your head, especially when you're like, you know, like feeling the societal pressure of like high school and being stuck in that like fishbowl of high school. It's like, you know, I just wanted to echo, it really is about just like being true to yourself and like listening to your heart, and whatever follows. And if you find that you like a guy more than emotionally, like see where that takes you. It may take you to no, this isn't something I'm into. You may decide that you do, but you know, whether you do or don't, none of it really matters. Just like be present and follow your heart, and always like act with good intentions and try to do the least amount of harm as possible, and make sure you're like communicating like where you're at presently,
and that's so important for high school kids too,
right?
Because everything seems like the biggest thing in the world.
And also, just wash your asshole. Because straight guys do not know how to take care of their assholes, and I'm sure girls are blowing them, and they're getting blowback, and it's just gonna smell like shit. And so I don't think they know.
Right.
So you know, gays, we learn quickly. Like I literally hire a fire hose team to come over and just like spray down. So wash your asshole, whether you're going for a girl or guy.
That's great advice.
That's great advice. And we have one more, or do you want to do content? Extra content.
Let's do it for.
We'll save this.
We'll save it. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you guys so much too for the Patreon supporters. I'm just like we're so like couldn't appreciate it more, and it's going to help us get like lights so we can start video recording this. We're going to try to get some merch. It's just going to help us like do so many other.
It's going to help us with everything.
So what's the deal with Patreon?
So you can subscribe $1, $5, or $20, and then you get like different like levels of like exclusive content.
Subscribe $20. I'll send you nudes.
Yeah, Patty will send you nudes.
There you go.
Great.
Yeah.
I know. I said that I would like marry people for like $500 a month, but someone said I shouldn't say that.
Why?
Because it's inappropriate.
It's a lot.
Never mind. I take it back then.
But we really appreciate it. That's what we're trying to get at. We appreciate it.
Yes.
Thank you, guys. All right, well, make sure to follow Patty online.
Patty, how do we follow you?
You can follow me at Legal Minor on Instagram or on, well, I don't have a Twitter following. I'm not good at Twitter, but if you want to suffer, at Legal_Minor.
Awesome. And then I'm at Emma Willman. And then where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Mike Tavera, Taveira.
Awesome. And then we got Mateo.
Rataveira.
Yep.
Mike Tavera. Oh, I found you. You can follow me on ABC's Roseanne. Just kidding, it got canceled, bitch. That's it. Follow me on Instagram, Mateo Lane. MatteoLane.
Awesome.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.